Good morning, good evening, good afternoon. Whenever this video finds you, I hope it finds you in a great space, mentally, physically, or spiritually. And if you are not 100% in those areas, hopefully this video can encourage you or inspire you in some way. I want to ask you to, if you're blessed by this in some way, or you know somebody that can be or will be inspired by it, I just want to encourage you to share the video. Real quick, you know, there's something that I just kind of that's been on my heart, and it's crazy because I made this realization, a couple years back, and I was talking to a friend of mine, Gerard, who was talking, and I realized that, a lot of times the way we view things is really can be very detrimental, even though sometimes the way we view things, there's nothing wrong with like the way we're thinking, but sometimes when we grow as individuals and as people, and in our everyday lives, whatever we are coming in contact with, I realize that sometimes like just literally viewing things from a different standpoint can make the difference. I mean, it can empower us. Sometimes it might even stop us. It may make us say, hold on, I'm going about this the wrong way. So, lately, two things happen. All right. Number one, I've been inspired to do more videos on topics that, like, honestly, I say almost 70% of them are not things that I am currently going through, even though I may have went through them before. And then the premise behind a lot of my videos also lately have been things that, like, literally been brought to my attention that other people are going through, and there's nothing that I can do about it. Like, nothing. And so I got to talk to a friend of mine, and we had a conversation, and out of, honestly, again, I'm going to share my truth. Out of anger, this person texted me and told me that I was going to, like, my life group meeting, and they actually said, well, you know what? Hopefully they can teach you something about God, because you're not who you say you are, and oh no, you're not who you proclaim to be, and so hopefully they can teach you something about it. And it stung, because first of all, I was like, oh, where's this coming from? Because we had a conversation, and I knew that, I don't even think that conversation even went into an argument. We were actually addressing something that had happened at another point in time, in another conversation. And so I'm saying that to say this, I didn't respond back, but when we talked again verbally, I shared with that person this. I said, listen, I know you may not have meant what you said. And they took ownership. They said, that was a low blow. But here's the thing, what hurt my feelings wasn't the fact of what this person said, because this person was right. At the end of the day, I do find myself going to church, not just because I feel like, I'm all about religion, because I keep trying to encourage people to be more focused on relationship. But I go to places with like-minded people, like-minded believers, people who are trying to be, followers of Jesus. I don't proclaim a denomination anymore. That's my own personal goal, but I do believe in Jesus. I do believe that he died for our sins, and so I'm trying to have a real relationship. But here's the deal, all right? The reason why that hurt what that person said was because they was actually just taking a shot at, or they was using the ammunition I had already given them. In other words, I had shared with them how, I had been spiritually kind of going through some things, and, there was times that I was upset with myself, because I might have been slipping into like some of my old habits or hang-ups, or maybe even entertaining the wrong crowd or whatever. And it was like, in the midst of that person just being upset, they just I guess said that to me, and I almost wanted to like not want to let anybody in that area, but then I realized I'm like, no, you know what? At the end of the day, the thing is, keep sharing your truths, keep being honest, because I told that person directly, I said, I forgive you. However, I think the most important thing you need to know is I do not go to these things. I don't go to life groups or small groups. I don't go to church. I don't try to upload these videos or put encouraging posts on Facebook and other social media because I am perfect or because I have it all together. I do that because I don't. You know what I mean? And but accountability is so important. And so then that made me think about also. And so actually, before I go on from that, I just want to tell somebody out there that I know that we all have experienced some type of hurt, and especially when it's like somebody used ammunition against you, like that you gave them. So you're going through something, you tell somebody, and then they bring that up, and it's kind of like, whoa, like no apology can change that hurt, even if you know that person was sincere. But I'm like, you know what? Listen, at the end of the day, I can look back and say, you know what? That means I'm doing something right. Then you're doing something right if people realize, oh, you ain't perfect. You know what I mean? But the thing that they have to say or have issues with the fact that you're going after your goal. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, there's somebody out here that's probably gonna be discouraging you from going after your goal and remind you of how like you still don't got it together. How you about to start your clothing line? Like you ain't even got no money saved up. You got bad credit. Like, you know what I mean? And again, some people may say that stuff not realizing how damaging it is, but my thing is keep fighting. You know what I mean? Which brings me to my next point. All right. Of what I thought about. I hear a lot of people say, I ain't got nothing to lose, and I had this song that I wrote, and it's in the hook. I say, I got nothing to lose, got something to prove. Now, in context, like that makes 100% sense. But what I want to share with everybody today is, I think we need to get that mentality out of our head of, I don't got nothing to lose, because at the end of the day, I heard God say to me, you got everything to lose. Think about it, all right? I've seen recently where somebody posted and they said the world is a better place without me, all right? And in my mind, I think to myself, like, I can imagine what that person is going through. I can imagine what have made them feel that way. Or, even if some people may say stuff like that for attention, whatever. My thing is, like, I think we need to stop focusing on people, why people do stuff, and understand some people are hurt, some people are going through some things. So with that being said, what I'm going to end this with is this. The reason why I say you have everything to lose is because, like, you may feel like you have nothing right now to offer, nothing to offer the world. You may have experienced the worst of the worst hurt. Maybe you are, maybe you've been cheated on. You pregnant right now. You know what I mean? And it's with your husband, your boyfriend, your girlfriend, your wife. Like maybe some undescribable pain that like nobody understands you're going through, right? But when I say you have everything to lose, because like once we take that mentality that, man, I don't got nothing to lose, whatever. Like, then at that point in time, we're basically saying that it doesn't matter what the future has for us that's good. In other words, let me be more direct. I may literally be able to write out on paper every area of my life that matters and see how everything is failing. But to be hopeful for a future that holds a situation where all these areas in our lives are working, then that's what we need to fight for and be hopeful for. Therefore, if you say, I don't got nothing to lose, you have everything to lose. You have the future that you want, the reality that you want in the future, and these areas is not working. That's what you have to lose. See, that's why it's so hard for us to be hopeful, because like, I understand and realize, okay, like right now, okay, let's say like, so for some reason you went bankrupt, and it's like financially you're tapped out. So I understand saying, shoot, I ain't got nothing to lose with going after certain things that is going to maybe help you financially. It's like, you know what? I may as well take this minimum wage job. I ain't got nothing else to lose. Hey, I'm at the bottom. That type of speaking about situations, I get. But like the giving up side is what I'm referencing. So I just want to encourage somebody to stop saying you have nothing to lose. You have everything to lose. You have that that dream and that hope or that aspiration of how you want things to be, that's what you have to lose. Because again, in your mind, you are deciding to say, I'm just gonna throw the towel in, like forget it. Like change doesn't matter. So again, I just want to encourage everybody to, when somebody says something to you that is, directly against what you're going after, if they are, doing something to rain on your parade and say something and say how everything isn't working, like, great. It's when people aren't talking about how you're trying. I was just talking to a really good friend of mine. I was like, yo, I ain't even gonna lie, like, it's shocking to me how I got over, 2,000 friends on Facebook, and I see a lot of people with this. Somebody can post, somebody can post a picture of them, whatever, everybody likes, whole lot of likes, and then you have somebody who posts something with their dream. Maybe they shoot videos, maybe they do music, whatever, and you don't feel the same support. You may feel like, these type of things. It's like, listen, I just want to encourage somebody to know you have everything to lose. What happens when everybody is listening? I heard Kevin on stage say, so what, you don't have any followers right now? What happens when people do start following? And again, like, it's jump started me to want to encourage people to, again, even when you're doing everything the right way, people are going to tell you how it's not going to work or discourage you in some way, but just keep fighting because that means they see you trying. All right? And last but not least, stop saying, I got nothing to lose. You have everything to lose. You have the time when it's working, that's what you have to lose. I want y'all to be blessed, be example, be encouraged. Again, today was a very transparent day for me because it's something that I've dealt with. I just got done dealing with. And, in the end, I felt good too because I was like, man, like, it's crazy how you get accountability in any way. You know what I mean? But just stop selling. Listen, your perfect time is not gonna come. Do it right now. Do it right now. Be blessed, be example, be encouraged. It's your boy K.O. Ken. I'm out. I love you. Jesus loves you. Let's fight for the change that we want to see and start to be there. Take care.